All right. Okay, Bimpe eventually mentioned her name. Okay.
Yes, I have. Yeah.
Okay. Welcome to the show. In case you're just joining us for the very first time, this is the conversation. Are we okay? This is the conversation on Lagos television. All right. Let's begin by taking our news points today. Is there anything you? Aha! I was going to say that. Is there anything you want? You want to recap?
You are always in the spirits.
Oh,
You not coming yesterday was a blessing in disguise for you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. After the show, I'll let you know.
Okay, I'm a spirit being.
Oh my.
I'm a spirit being. Okay, let's.
And you weren't here yesterday, Chelsea, Arsenal.
Thank God I wasn't here. You know, I really don't want to talk about that much, honestly, because I really.
Which
don't know
one,
what's
Arsenal or
going on.
Chelsea?
Both. And I just hope that Chelsea, like we predicted, will not, begin their downward spiral. When they begin to lose matches.
Begin.
Yes.
Back to back.
It's a problem. And we were really rooting for them to actually, at least, win the Premier League.
And break the
this
jinx.
season and break the jinx. As for Chelsea, I'm not sure we have a coach. Rossonero it looks like he's confused. Maybe he should stop wearing his glasses.
Sacking Maresca now?
For me, yes. I don't know why they had to sack Maresca in the first place. And this is where, honestly, I know Sunday I said, this is where I miss Abramovich. This is where I miss him
Always
so
decisive.
much. Abramovich, he will take his time before asking a coach to go. But again, I don't know. Chelsea at the moment, I really don't know what's going on. But let's see.
And you know, yesterday I likened Arsenal to Atiku, Ateta, April.
The letter A. Ajibola, stop it. Remember your own name too is Ajibola.
Despite being the first letter of the alphabet.
Yes.
I don't know why. But I mean, don't let us lose total hope in Arsenal. Let's hope they will end the season, still clinching the most coveted cup. So let's not lose hope totally on them. Let's hope that they will wake up, smell the coffee, and gone for the cup.
All right.
All right, let's take our news points today. Ajibola, let's
Okay,
start with
fortunately, our news point is also starting with A.
Which one is that one again?
ADC faction suspends Atiku Abacha Lawal.
Oh my God.
A faction of the African Democratic Congress, ADC, in Adamawa State, has suspended former Vice President Atiku Abubakar. The factional chairman in the state, Raji Zumo, announced the decision during a press conference on Monday. Also suspended are former Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Babacha Lawal, and the party's Transition Committee Chairman, Sadiq Ibrahim. Speaking in a video of the press conference posted by Nigerian Affairs Journal, the factional chairman accused the affected individuals of fostering disunity and disregarding a subsisting court order. He said, and I'm quoting, "Let it be clearly stated, no individual, regardless of his status or influence, is above the law or the constitution of the African Democratic Congress, ADC, as long as he's a card-carrying member of the party. Gentlemen of the press, African Democratic Congress is built on discipline, justice, and supremacy of law. In view of the foregoing, and after executive consultation, the leadership of the ADC in Adamawa State hereby suspend Alhaji Atiku Abubakar from the party activities. Those individuals are suspended for their role in fostering disunity, creating powerless structures, undermining lawful authority, and disregarding a subsisting court order. This action is taken in the best interest of the party to restore order, protect its unity, and reaffirm our commitment to democratic values. The development comes amid an ongoing leadership tussle within the ADC at the national level. A faction of the party led by Nofiu Balagombe is laying claim to the position of the national chairman of the ADC. The internal crisis has also been linked to the tensions over the party's national leadership structure involving former Senate President David Mark. Meanwhile, INEC had previously withdrawn recognition from a leadership structure of the ADC amid the crisis. So, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, former vice president, suspended by the state chapter of the ADC. Likewise, Babacha Lawal. And I was watching Kola Olobodin on channels this morning where he was saying boastfully that the party will go ahead with its national convention, not minding the fact that the FCT minister has not approved the venue that they ordinarily should have used for this convention. ADC for me is scattered, is not together, and how they intend to go about the national convention is what I don't know. Atiku is suspended. The names of Aregbesola, David Mark has been removed from the portal of the INEC. So who are the real members of the ADC as we speak?
Gombe. Anyway, in all of this, my own concern is that why is Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, why has he been quiet?
But I see him at their functions.
Yes, but
he's not been talking.
He hasn't been talking. I heard that it is not confirmed. Okay, it is alleged that he has conceded to Kwankwaso and Obi.
Has he said it?
Yes, that's no. I said it is alleged though. It is alleged. Allegedly.
Adebimpe, do you know why I would disagree with you? Age is no longer on Alhaji Atiku Abubakar's side.
Are you saying he is not?
No, you said you are disagreeing or you are agreeing.
I'm not saying he's not feeling well.
So what are you saying?
What is
Age
it?
is no longer on his side.
Okay.
It's no longer on his side. So, last chance, Lele, to become the president of Nigeria.
So you're still giving him
when you are alive, there is hope.
Okay, so
As
even if
long
he's
as you're
alive,
alive,
even if
there
he's
is hope.
alive at the age of 84,
Does he
there
still
is
want to
hope
become the president?
that he should still. Anyway,
How old is Obi? If Obi will agree to be his vice. How old is
Who's vice?
Kwankwaso?
not his vice. Obi wants to be president and Kwankwaso is vice. Then
Kwankwaso
after,
vice to Obi.
listen, then after
Holy what?
4 years, they will swap.
Swap what?
Hey,
So the vice will now become the president. What kind of permutation
no,
is that?
Kwankwaso will become president.
Yeah. Okay.
Because
ADC.
they want the South
ADC is doing
to
wonders.
they want the South to have the first 4 years according to ADC.
Which faction
Hey, you
now?
know politics.
Is it Gombe
2 plus 2 is
or
not
Mark?
2 plus 2 is not 4. Which
Is it Gombe?
Abimbola is asking which faction
Yes,
now.
no.
Gombe or Mark?
Gombe.
He's okay.
Now that they removed Mark and Aregbesola,
But I think
So
the Supreme Court will
now-
decide that today.
Yes, they should. But now, so here's the deal. So now that the home state of
Adamawa.
yes, the home
of
state, Abishabi,
Atiku.
you will come from somewhere.
Yes, from
They
your
have-
ward,
From your ward.
from your state.
So now that the home state is saying that he's no longer a member of the party, how does he want to now contest at the national level of the party? I don't get it. As far as ADC is concerned right now, they're on a long thing. So maybe they will start considering going to another party. And then the party will come out again and say that they came to hijack their party. Because I think it's too late to start a new party that you will register. So there's really no party they will go to now that they have the original structure. So right now, they need to sit and
too
actually
late
fashion
to
out a way out.
apologize.
Apologize to who?
PDP.
Yeah. To Wike.
It's
Wike is a good Christian.
apologize.
He will forgive. But he will relegate them.
They'll start from the
And he really want to call the shots.
They'll go and start from the back.
It's still a long thing, honestly, for the ADC as we speak. Right, let's take the second story this morning. This one is coming from the Jilly airstrike. Tinubu meets security chiefs, IGP, at Aso Rock. President Bola Tinubu has held a security meeting with service chiefs and the Inspector General of Police at the Presidential Villa Abuja. The meeting follows the airstrike at Jilly Market on the border of Borno and Yobe State. About 200 people, including civilians, were reportedly killed, while several others sustained injuries and are receiving treatment in hospitals within the areas. The meeting, which began about 2:30 p.m. yesterday, also came shortly after the president returned to Abuja following a visit to Plateau, Ogun, Lagos, and Bayelsa states. Of course, the president returned to Abuja on Friday after the 4-state tour, during which he commissioned projects and condoled with the people of Plateau over the attack in Rukuba area of the state. Those at the meeting included the National Security Advisor, Malam Nuhu Ribadu, the Chief of Defense Staff, the Chief of Army Staff, Chief of Air Staff, and the Director General of the Department of State Services, as well as the IGP, Olatunji Disu. Presidency sources said the meeting held after the Jili Market strike may not be unconnected with briefings by security chiefs on the incident. Prominent Nigerians, particularly from the north, have called for an independent probe into the incident, even as military authorities have commenced an investigation. The Nigerian Air Force said it carried out mop-up airstrikes on identified terrorist locations in the Jili axis of Borno State, but did not indicate that any civilian location was hit. Amnesty International condemns the strike, calling for an independent investigation and describing it as evidence of the Nigerian military's disregard for the lives of those it supposedly exists to protect. And reacting, the State Governor Babagana Zulum said the state government had closed Jili Market 5 years ago over its alleged use by HARP, by insurgents and their logistic supplies. So when this news broke, I mean, Mr. President is back in Abuja and he met, of course, with security chiefs yesterday, not unconnected with the Jili Market strike. When the news broke a day before, and then Babagana Zulum said that market had been closed for 5 years. So it was clear that that place had been designated as a Boko Haram enclave or somewhere being used by insurgents. And so if the attack by the Air Force had been a coordinated one, and they, of course, they acted based on intelligence and based on the fact that also done an aerial surveillance of that place, if you were in that place, what were you doing there? If you're not unconnected with either aiding and abetting these guys, or if you do not have any business there. So if the government had said we had closed the place for 5 years because we knew there were activities there, what were you doing there as a civilian? So again, because sometimes when we attack government, and I think sometimes we speak from both sides of the mouth. If we're saying get rid of these people, and then the Air Force struck that place based on intelligence report, and then you're saying civilians were killed, what were the civilians doing there? They had no business being there if you were also not unconnected with the guys that hitherto were there because they didn't even have a right to be there in the first place. If somewhere had been closed because of certain activities and you're there.
And it is not even a residential area. It is a market.
A market.
What are they doing? What are they doing there?
So if you're not also bringing stuff to these guys, maybe bringing arms to them, bringing petrol to them, supplying them food.
You're a terrorist.
Why are you now saying that civilians were killed?
Civilians were killed.
What were they doing there?
Vital questions you are both raised, and that was the same question I put to Joshua yesterday. That particular market had been closed for 5 years. So for anybody who might have lost his lives or whatever there when the security men actually struck that place, then you do not have any right to blame government, because like you rightly raised, you had no business being there because that place had been marked.
Yeah. So what were you doing there? So I don't know. Well, even though, I'm sure that maybe yesterday that Mr. President also wanted to get a brief. What happened? Yeah. Why did you strike that place? I'm sure he got the brief already. And then, of course, we do not know the outcome of that meeting. But again, sometimes when we're also speaking, we need to be holistic and we need to know what exactly we want as a country. What exactly are we asking for? Are we asking for the eradication of terrorists? Or are we asking that some certain people should be patted on the back? Let's take your story.
Lagos 2027, Hamzat begins consultations, meets GAC members. Deputy Governor of Lagos State, Obafemi Hamzat, has begun early-stage political consultations with the Governance Advisory Council, signaling the start of positioning ahead of the 2027 Lagos governorship cycle. Hamzat disclosed this on his X, formerly Twitter page, that he met with the caucus on Monday and held thoughtful conversations about the future of Lagos and the kind of leadership it requires. He added that he valued the experience and guidance shared, and this is about listening, learning, and working with others to build a stronger Lagos. The development places renewed attention on succession dynamics within Lagos politics, where the ruling All Progressives Congress maintains a tightly structured internal consultation system that heavily influences candidate selection long before formal primaries are held. The GAC is widely regarded as the most influential decision-shaping body within the Lagos APC. Currently led by Tajuddin Olusi, the council consists of about 30 veteran politicians and key stakeholders, including President Bola Tinubu and Senator Oluremi Tinubu, and wield significant de facto influence over the state's leadership and political structure.
Why did you home?
Abimbola, won't you say anything?
Eh?
Won't you say anything?
At
The
least we know.
story is explicit.
It is enough. There's nothing to explain.
Started
Something to shalaye.
consultations. So that is where we are. We are consulting widely, but we know, in Lagos, we're very dynamic people politically.
True.
So Dr. Kadiri Obafemi Hamzat is going around. I saw pictures yesterday going to see very important personalities, including, GAC members who, of course, are going with him to places. But again, we know that all of these are permutations, and until we know who will be the flag bearer of the APC in Lagos State, we'll continue to, just go in line with the speculations and the hen
And the hen.
until we know.
For me,
Yeah.
Abimbola, there is no speculation anywhere. I can see where the compass is going. And there was a Facebook posting of someone, Honorable James Abiodun Faleke, over the weekend, saying that his constituent should support the current Deputy Governor of Lagos State. We already know where we are going.
Where are you going?
Where are you
Where are you
going?
going? Since you know Jibola is close to the politicians.
I am not.
And is the
I am
Yeah, and he's a
political
political
correspondent.
I've seen signs.
Okay,
I've
you've
seen
seen
signs.
signs. So you think this is where we're going?
This is where we are going.
Oh, okay.
Me too,
Jibola has said this is
Me
where
too,
we're
I'm
going.
seeing signs.
Me, I'm not seeing signs.
I'm seeing signs.
I'm not seeing signs. I am not seeing signs.
And this
signs.
time around, we are changing the narrative again to back to what it used to be.
Which was
Male as governor
and deputy as
and female as deputy governor.
Well, that's how Lagos is
Èèyàn
always.
dúdú àti èèyàn pupa ni this time around.
Okay. Okay. And you want to also go further, but say Abi, you want to go further by telling us the geopolitical areas, the delay areas. Since you said it's a Dudu at you want to do
Yes.
yes. Okay, let's just wait until
There's been in Ibile now.
Who is the Dudu?
There's been now.
Who is the Dudu? Who is the Pupa?
One is fairer than the other now.
Somebody said Batue.
But you never reach in town.
Anyways, let's leave this conversation. In another place, the road is clear. The coast is clear. There is no That
No
is where-
speculation.
no speculations. That is where our hashtag is tilting towards today. There's been this seeming silence whether or not this man was going to be given the support, the ticket, or whether or not it will be the end of the road for him. But yesterday, and I think for the first time in Ogun State, voices spoke through one person, through the governor of Ogun State, Prince Dapo Abiodun. And of course, at that meeting, that caucus meeting yesterday, he gladly, boldly, in front of everybody said, we have decided that our consensus candidates for the APC in the upcoming election will be Senator Olamilekan Adiola, popularly known as Yayi. So in Ogun now, it is glaring.
Settled.
It is clear. except, of course, in politics,
Anything can
anything can happen.
Abimbola, nothing should happen.
Nothing should happen. But something can happen.
Because, you know, all this while that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was home,
there were consultations.
He consulted, they had meetings, and that was what we saw yesterday in Ogun State playing out. And sometimes when you are giving names or aliases to your children, be mindful of what you give to them. How, when they say somebody is Yayi,
no shomo.
that was what played out. And you know, major stakeholders.
He's been consistent.
Yes.
We need to give that to him. He's been consistent. He's been also good to the people.
Yes.
The people have, and I think that's why, you know, people can actually rally around him. And to an extent, I think also he's been genuine.
Yeah.
To an extent, I think he's been genuine. And, you know, not because, you know, he's not, well, I think I've come in contact with him once while he was in Lagos here. But I think he has a good heart. And let's just hope that at the end of the day, it will work in his favor and, you know, it will work for him. But again, until the elections are actually here,
Never say never.
never say never.
Never say never. And I was shocked to see major stakeholders of Ogun politics seated there yesterday.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, for the
Daniel,
first time.
Amosu.
Yeah, past governors all came
honestly,
together.
Honestly, and
they
congratulations
endorsed
to
him.
Governor Dapo Abiodun. You know, for a sitting governor in Ogun State, there is always a crisis.
There's always a crisis, yes.
I remember
Yes, there's always a crisis.
There's always a
But I think
crisis.
they've closed the ranks, and this time round, I guess it will be to the benefit of Ogun State.
And Auntie have also stepped down.
Oh, yes, she did. Okay.
What about the other lady?
What's remaining?
They will give Auntie something too.
What's remaining? Even if you don't step down by force, you will step down like now.
You saw Baba Oshoba there, Benga Daniel, Amosu, Dapo. So you don't want to flex?
Flex what?
And now some did it in
I don't think they will
2023.
clip your wings.
Some people did it in 2023 at the APC presidential.
You need to run. You can go onto the X platform to take a further read on why, of course, this is trending there. So we'll take a quick break. When we return, the first conversation will be here. And today we're going back to that conversation where, the federal government released some list of sponsors of terrorism in Nigeria, not only individuals, but also some entities and organizations. What does this really portend for Nigeria? I know that Adibimpe and I said last week, Friday, yes, jailing some terrorists or jailing some people, will this be a deterrent? Are we sure that this will be the last? But then is it, a step in the right direction now that this is happening? Or are we fooling ourselves? This conversation is after this break.